If I tip inside, then I won't leave till I see I take the tablets. No. He mentioned my name because he wanted some Dave and he ain't established. Alright, you know the verse gon' hit when you hear that addict. Come on, man, I was selling them open on my lowly, but I'm not convincing. I'm a hood red, hot red bottom, my head and I hood on my target. So drive, I'll stay in that whip while I jump out quick or pop it. I can lean out the window and hold it, I'm on the same floor as the players at Charlotte. Big fish on this tin, not time, I got backstroke, I'm swimming at Stratton. Drop me in a jungle, tree to tree, start swinging like Tarzan. 24-inch on the rims on the Benz, I was doing donuts and skidding on tarmac. Sick of these high-rise buildings, flip the script, now I'm living on farmland. Alright. You know you can tell us a decent size. You wanna know the real me, girl, so you wanna see deep inside. The church has on the shit inside bag, you don't wanna see him reach inside. But we know some demon guys with jealous and evil eyes. You know that's how Jesus died, you know that's how Julius Caesar died. I bet they were decent guys, I swear they remind me of me sometimes. I'm trying to be under your breast like peas and rice. You never get treated nice. Fool you once, that's fine, but you look dumb if you let them repeat it twice. 200 mil on the table, I hope I'm able to get this agreement signed. Told you I needed time, but really the truth is I don't believe in time. Feel like I've been here over 1,000 years, like since the medieval times. And I'm still just a cutthroat king, even though this is recent times. A man like that we're beefing with, but we don't do grieving time. Teasing time, inside just breathing time. So much for idols. KMT with a high roll. Knew that I made it when I had. To go with the jeans though. Now man like me and Clint can afford those goods like Gran Torino. Gutter. Crocodile t-shirt, even crying. Why you swearing to God? You don't even believe in Christ. What you saying we love you for? You ain't been on your D, you be eating swag. No, I ain't no money in your dreams. Now you wish to be saving. Okay, good to see everybody. I do feel like Ted Lasso right now. This is really cool. We don't have this. Our guys just standing around in a circle. This is way better. So it's an honor to be here. We just had a really good practice. We really appreciate Tottenham putting us up here and allowing us to take part in these amazing facilities. I mean, this facility is eye-opening. Our guys are very excited about it. Saw some of the academy players down there watching practice. They stayed the whole time. Of course, they were pretty intrigued by Tucker and the guys kicking. So that was fun, and they went over and said hi and spent some time together. So seeing the kids out here for the camp, that's really neat to see too. And I know our players are going to enjoy working with those kids. So it's a joy to be here. We had a very good practice. Guys were in high spirits, and we're just preparing for the game, and we're looking forward to playing on Sunday. So what questions do you have?
So welcome back to London, Coach. Frustrating loss last week, but having watched the All-22, there is a lot to be positive about. Lamar had the highest pro football grade of all QBs in week 5, and although the result doesn't reflect that, having watched the film yourself, and what, in your opinion, do you think you can implement into the game on Sunday?
No question. The thing about football, in terms of winning football, you can do a lot of things well, and we are, and you can be really close and it not look good, And obviously, we've got to score more than 10 points. I mean, that's something that we're very capable of doing. We should have done. Should have separated early in the game, and we didn't do it because we didn't do the things we needed to do. We didn't protect the football. We didn't score in the red zone. So just too many mistakes, pretty much holding ourselves back. So that's what we'll be looking to try to do on Sunday.
Coach, last time you were here was 2017. You suffered a fairly bad defeat to the Jags. What would it mean to you to kind of right that wrong and get that first win in London? Right.
It made me feel a lot better about the country, I can tell you that. Every time I see a picture of Great Britain on the map, I have that memory of that game, So that was a tough one for us. It was a few years ago. Obviously, it's a new team, but every game is important. These games are exciting. We enjoy coming out here and playing, but for us, it's the next game, and every game matters. We play 17 games, and at the end, these games are going to be big in the standings. So it's a tough team we're playing. The Titans are very physical. We have a rivalry against them. We play them a lot. We know them, they know us. So it would be very meaningful to get a win, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Trying to be independent. You took a different approach this time, coming full week. Do you feel like you're having a more normal week preparation?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's normal or not, Jerry, but it's we're getting settled in. I think we're all sleeping just a little better than we did a day or two ago, and we're getting a feel for the time. I think we're going to be better for it. So we'll see. I mean, there's no science on it. Teams have come over here early and done well and not done well. They've come on Thursday and done well and not done well. So hopefully this is something that works for us.
Coach, Carl Hamilton had a historic day a couple of weeks ago against Colts. He was everywhere across the field. 3 sacks in the first half, the most by a player in a half in the team history. How important is he in this Mike McDonald defense, in particular, given that this is a rivalry game against the Titans? Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Kyle's emerging as an impact player. There's no doubt. He's just a second-year player. He's just beginning his second year, and he was a high draft pick. We had high expectations for him. He had to learn some tough lessons. I think he'd be the first to tell you last year early in the season, but he learned them. He's very smart. He's got a growth mindset, big time, and that's one of the reasons, besides his talent, I think that he's making such progress. But he's a factor out there. I mean, Tennessee and everybody else has got to know where number 14 is.
John. In terms of this season, obviously 3-2, you've had 3 divisional games already. In 2019, you also had 3 divisional games within your first 6, and it was a 4-2 record, funnily enough. So if you beat the Titans on Sunday, you'd be 4-2 again. Do you think having those 3 games early on, they're all tough, divisional opponents, the Titans as well, a rival. Could you sort of replicate and have, a good season like 2019 when you finished 14-2?
Right, well, that'd be great. That's kind of what we'd like to do. One game at a time, obviously. That was our mindset then. But it would have been great to be 3-0 in the division on the road, but we didn't get it done. We didn't do what we needed to do to win the game, even though we were capable of doing it. So the next one up is this one, and if we could come out of here 4-2, that'd be great.
John, you had a lot of guys talking about how felt like you guys gave the game away last week. Curious when you have that situation, what's the message to the team going into the next game and trying to sort of overcome that?
Yeah, well, we had a 45-minute team meeting today, so that was the message, So probably you guys don't have that much time, do you? The message was that, essentially, and what we're capable of doing and becoming and what we need to do to get there. It's a fine line, between good and great and breaking bad. And that's the difference in terms of any kind of competition. So, the idea is we're a good football team. We're capable and great. And, let's go to work and do the things we need to do, every little detail, to take that next step and become a great football team. And you do that week by week. It's a week-to-week league. You don't all of a sudden you're there and all of a sudden you stay there. You've got to do it time and time again, and that's what we're trying to do.
John, I just want to ask about Zay Flowers. So within the first 5 games, 3 of those games seen 10 or more targets. How impressed have you been with him and how he's adapted to the league in this offense already?
Yeah, he's done great. I mean, Zay's just a great guy. He's a hard worker. You'll meet him. You'll love him when you meet him. A very talented young man. Yet, he'll be talking about this last game. And he didn't do the things he wanted to do in this past game. So again, it's week to week, and he'll be a factor in this game for sure.
Who had the idea to start the playlist with Beatles?
What?
Who had the idea to start your playlist to practice today with the Beatles?
I don't know. It's my wife's favorite group. Maybe that had something to do with it for sure. But it was a pretty interesting playlist out there. There were a couple songs that might have been from out here that I didn't recognize that I'm going to get on my phone. So it was good.
John, how much of a concern?
Lamar, last week you had the highest PFF grade of any quarterback in the league. Todd's spoken about wanting more explosive plays. We saw that on that great 3rd and 18 where you scrambled and made the downfield play to Zay. Do you feel that the offense is now on the brink of sort of clicking and being explosive week in, week out and, you know, confident of putting on a show in London on Sunday?
I believe we headed to the right track. You know, each and every week we've been having explosive plays, but we haven't been consistent, and that's the biggest emphasis for us right now. And I believe, you know, Sunday in London it'll be a lot of explosive plays, and hopefully we'll be consistent.
Hello, so you guys are running a new offensive scheme under Todd Monken as well, and you have the addition of wide receiver Zay Flowers, who's obviously proven to be a great addition to the team. How are you adapting to the scheme, and how well do you think it brings out the best of your ability?
I believe I'm adapting well. You know, I'm making checks. You know, hearing my guys in the numbers, letting those guys catch and run. What I've been trying to practice on, you know, throughout this process with having a new system. But just got to be more consistent, all of us.
And how well do you describe your relationship with Mark Andrews? Obviously, you guys have got a tight-knit bond.
I believe it's like bread and butter.
Lamar, John mentioned the team meeting that you guys had. You said it's about 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What did you take out of that meeting?
Coach is feeling how we're feeling. You know, we should be 5-0, I believe. You know, we just got to put the points on the board, protect the ball. That was one of the main things he was saying to us. Every week we done had a turnover, whether it's me or someone else, and the ball is our prized possession. And with us having possession of the ball, we need to put points on the board, protect as much as we could. And our defense, they're doing a great job, so we need to help them out, if anything.
Lamar, this last game, there was a number of drop passes by receivers. How much of a concern is that for you? And have you talked to receivers? Is it something that you need to talk with your receivers about?
It's self-explanatory. I don't need to say anything. And those guys, you know, they feel how I feel. You know, they want to make a play. We haven't had that before. You know, it was the first time it happened. It happened in a rival game, you know, where we didn't want it to happen. But I believe our guys locked in right now, and they're gonna be better. So will I.
The one you mentioned, protecting the ball through the interception, targeting or the back last week. Is that just a chemistry issue that you need to work on? What do you think?
I believe it's just fundamentals, and guys just want to make things happen. We're trying to make something happen. You know, guys trying to catch the ball and strike. You know, the first thing is to catch the ball, and that's just what we need to do. And my job is to protect the ball. So when I'm in the pocket, got to have a better pocket presence. It's just all of us. Like I said, you know, the football is the prized possession, and protecting that, keeping that safe, the sky's the limit for our offense.
Lamar, after the game in Pittsburgh, seemed some frustration about too many losses like that, where you guys may have had a lead and blow it. How do you fix that? Is it kind of a fine line between still trying to be aggressive and trying to put up points and, you know, not making mistakes and making sure you keep the lead?
I believe just staying locked in, Jeff, just staying locked in on assignment and protecting the ball. Like I said, we protect the ball and we stay focused on each play and not trying to dwell on the past plays. I feel like we'll be where we want to be at.
Is it been frustrating to you, too, to have kind of leads in a lot of games and not being able to close the game out?
Absolutely, you know, especially when you're playing football, you know, and doing something that we love, you know, you hate to lose. When you hate to lose, you're going to be frustrated, but you can't dwell on it.
Lamar, is this your first time being outside the country, in the United States?
It's my first time in London. It's probably like my third time out the country, but it's exciting, though. I'm loving London. I'm loving it.
Well, it's your first time in London. Is there some part of English culture or English food that you've been looking forward to experience?
I haven't. I need to do my research on the food. I want to try, but I'm hearing Hotspur is, you know, #1 in their league, and they're doing their thing. Hopefully they win it all.
I think you meant Arsenal.
Hotspur? What is it, Hotspur? What is it?
No, you want Arsenal, that's what you want.
Oh, that's what I want.
You want fish and chips as well, that's what you need to try.
Fish and
while
chips?
you're here, yeah.
So where do you recommend? What's the location for the fish and chips?
There's one on Oxford Street that I can't think of the name, but I'll find it and pass it on to someone. I know.
Pass it to Pat for me.
Yeah,
You know, here,
yeah.
relay the message to Pat for me, please.
Lamar, you mentioned you got your mama a present. What did you get?
It was a Chanel purse. I got a Chanel purse.
Lamar, the Ravens are really.
Okay, great.